Here's what happened, round 11 of the FIM Motocross World Championship, the Fiat Professional Fullback MXGP at Lambardia. Jorge Prado grabbed the Fox hole shot for the 9th time in MX2 Race 1, and he quickly tried to establish himself at the head of the field, ahead of Brian Sue, but it wasn't long before Brian Bogus got into second and quickly advanced into the lead on lap 3. Jeremy Seawer also made a good start, went from 4th to 2nd with that pass on Prado, and then he quickly made light work of the 189 of Bogus to take the lead on lap 5. Benoit Paturel didn't make the best start, but he started to carve his way through the field, made a couple of passes. That one got him into 4th place when he found his way past Conrad Muse. And then Julian Lieber started to make inroads as well, got himself into 2nd, but before long, Benoit Paturel found his way into 2nd with 5 laps to go on his Khmer Yamaha. But it was a win in Moto number 1 for Jeremy Seawer in Suzuki World MX2. Paturel, Lieber rounded out the top 3. MXGP Race 1, Max Anstey hit the gate. Had a lot of work to do, but it was Tony Cairoli who grabbed the Fox hole shot for the 8th time in 2017. Just behind him, the number 243 back from injury, Tim Geiser, with Paulin in 3rd, and Hurlings going around the outside of DeSalle to get himself into 4th. Bob Rochette went over the bars towards the end of the first lap, would pick himself back up in 25th place. Towards the end of the first lap, though, Hurlings went around the outside of Gauthier Paulin to get himself into 2nd, and he went after Tony Cairoli. Romain Fevre had a bad start, got himself into 7th, and then quickly found his way past Clement DeSalle to go 6th, and then later on in the race, past Koldenhoff to eventually come home in 4th place. But the turning point of the moto, Jeffrey Hurlings tried to go around the outside of Cairoli. Cairoli denied the Dutchman the move, and the 222 of Cairoli stayed out in front to win by a convincing margin over Hurlings, Paulin, Fevre and Anstey. MX2 Race 2, and this time it was Paul Jonas who grabbed the Fox hole shot for the 8th time, and he did hang about as the number 6 of Benoit Paturel fell at turn 1. Behind them, Thomas Covington and Jeremy Seawer battled for multiple laps. Seawer got himself into 2nd early on, but Covington did not let up and continued to push the championship runner-up position rider for much of the race, as Paul Jonas was out on a training ride on his Red Bull KTM. With Covington in 2nd, Seawer sensed an opportunity to pass the American. They banged bars, Covington went over the edge of the track. Seawer picked himself back up in 3rd, but it was more energy lost for the Swiss rider. He eventually found his way through on lap 9, but by then Jonas was too far ahead, and it was the Latvian who went on to win Moto number 2. Seawer was 2nd, Covington 3rd, Vassen and Elsland rounded out the top 5, and the overall belonged to Seawer for the 3rd Grand Prix of his career. Jonas 2nd, Covington your 3rd place finisher. And in the championship, Paul Jonas now 38 points clear of Jeremy Seawer. Thomas Kjær-Olsen lost ground to his rivals this weekend. But it was a fantastic Grand Prix here at Ottobiano. But Jeremy Seawer stood proudly on the top step of the podium here in Italy at round 11. But it's Paul Jonas who continues to lead the championship. Next stop, Portugal, in a week's time.
I think I had the pace in the beginning, but I had that tough battle with Thomas. He didn't let me pass so easy. I mean, it's good. It was good racing, but I lost so much energy there. Crashed twice, and he was gone, you know, and that costed my rhythm and my, you know, it's super hot. The track is so tough, tougher than in the first moto, and I just couldn't go anymore. And I was really, really scared to not make the finish.
Final race of the day, MXGP Race 2. It looked like Arminas Jasikonis was about to take a Fox hole shot, but keeping it pinned around the outside was Tony Cairoli for the 2nd time today and the 9th time in the season. Jasikonis, though, quickly got his way into the lead with Cairoli in 2nd, but by lap 2, the Italian was through. Quickly following him through was Jeffrey Hurlings, and these two battled again, and in exactly the same corner that denied Hurlings. It was Hurlings who kept his KTM ahead of Tony Cairoli, but not for much longer. Despite the bar banging action between the two riders, it was the 2:22 of Kai Rowley that got himself quickly back into the lead. But then a mistake for the championship leader. He went off track, and Herlings went around the outside to take the lead on lap 5. He stayed there for 6 laps, but as he started to fade in the heat, Kai Rowley railed around the outside, and right in front of his fans on the far side of the circuit, duly accepted the offer of invitation to go up the inside of the Bullet, and from there on lap 11 he did not look back. Herlings was suffering again in race 2 with the heat. Max Anstey came through well to finish 3rd ahead of Nargot and Jessiconis, but it was an emphatic victory for Tony Kai Rowley. 2 wins out of 2, his 2nd double moto Grand Prix win of the year, the first coming back in Qatar at the opening round. Herlings 2nd overall, Anstey 3rd, and Kai Rowley now leads the championship by 67 points. Paulin moves up to 2nd, DeSalle drops to 3rd, but another memorable home Grand Prix for Antonio Kai Rowley. Another red plate to add to the collection as well. He'll definitely be looking forward to Portugal in a week's time.
Yeah, we know that Jeffrey is a good sign rider. I mean, we all know this, and he was very fast, but you know, the races is win by the 35 plus 2 laps, 30 plus 2 laps. So I'm really happy to be this fit at the moment.